And the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit deep to left field. Will it stay in the yard? Hundley to the wall. Number 50 for Mark McGwire.
You don't see that animation from him like that. He threw that right arm up in the air.
He is the first player in Major League history to hit 50 home runs in 3 consecutive years. 2-0 St. Louis, but a big piece of baseball history for Big Mac.
Certainly has interested LaRussa for years, and there's the home run. McGwire hoping. Now watch his arm go up in the air, number 50. You don't see McGwire do that very often after hitting a home run.
He ain't seen nothing yet, because this is New York, and there is no other place in sports where the pressure is as hot as the Apple. To add to the intensity, Mac and the Cards began a marathon 2-day session of 4 games in 2 days with the Mets, and it all began today at Shea. Everybody pouring into the seats at Shea to catch a little BP with Mac, and that guy was willing to give $10,000 for home run ball number 50 because Mac went into this first game of the Twin Bill with 49 home runs, but in his first at bat went away looking, and Bobby Valentine liked the start for the Mets game. Top of the 7th, no score. Brian Jordan changed that scoreless situation when he connected and sent it over the wall in left field. His 20th. Cards up 1-0. Then McGwire stepped up looking for number 50, and the Mets, Howie Rose, stepped in with the call.
And the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit deep to left field. Will it stay in the yard? Hundley to the wall. Number 50 for Mark McGwire.
Yes, sir, Mac. Enjoy the moment. Applaud yourself and give us a yell. Number 50, ladies and gentlemen. And he's been saying all summer long, when I get to number 50, I'll be more than happy to talk about anything you want to talk about when it comes to the home run record for a single season. And he also has said that when one gets to number 50, they definitely have a chance to hit 12 more. Well, Mac has definitely got a chance now. First ever player ever to hit 50 home runs in 3 straight seasons, becomes the 6th National Leaguer to hit 50 in a season, and the first since George Foster hit 52 in 1977. The skipper says Big Mac had it coming.
He's been so outstanding. He earned it. I mean, he deserves it. I'm glad he got it in front of a crowd that appreciates it, almost as good as if it had been in St. Louis. I think if anybody would be around every day since the first day of spring training, it would be amazing to them that this guy has had as much professionalism. And I think he knows, you know, he represents baseball, and he's part of getting people excited. But he has been incredible because he's been there when he strikes out or does bad. He doesn't hide.
Okay, let's go to game 2 of this double dip. This one just over, and the Big Pun entered the game with 50. Of course, the fans want more.
Pitch.
And McGwire wasted no time in getting busy. In the top of the first, he rocks Rick Reed. Hello, 51. The countdown continues to 61. 1-0 Cards. Top of the 3rd, the Big Pun shows some versatility. Are you kidding? Big Mac breaks in. Speed kills? Okay, whatever. McGwire's first stolen base of the season, bottom of the 4th. And here come the Mets. Cards up 4-1. Mike Piazza. The long kiss goodbye.
Oh, my God.
Piazza's 22nd. The Mets would also get 2 in the 7th to take the lead. Top of the 8th, it's 5-4. McGwire stuck in pause. Turk Wendell gets him. It's okay because Jerry Seinfeld rooting for the Mets. Why not for the Mets? I don't understand that. What's up with him?
It's all about nothing.
McGwire, 11 away from passing Maris. Mets win this one 5-4, and they salvage a split in the doubleheader. Rick Reed gets his 4th straight victory to improve to 15-7 on the season. Mets still lead the Cubs by a half game for the wild card, but you know, remember, McGwire told us that he'd talk when he reached home run number 50. Well, after the game, the Big Pun let us know exactly how he felt.
I think anytime you deal with history, it's just, what can you say? I mean, I never dreamt this when I was a kid. I never dreamt it when I was a minor leaguer, college player. I thought about it going into the season, knowing about it, and I reached it. So it's right there with it. I mean, I've had a lot of great moments in this game, but this is right there. I mean, I looked up in the stands, and it looked like it was almost a full house, and they were rooting me on, and I mean, what can you say? I thank you very much. And you know, it's ironic that by doing it and breaking Babe's record, he just did it right down the street here in Yankee Stadium, and I got to do it here in Shea. So, well, I'm sure he was watching. Well, I mean, obviously it's history. The first baseball player to do it 3 consecutive years, and you go back, like I said earlier today, the thousands of power hitters have played this game, and nobody's ever done it. And I can sit here and say that I'm the first major league player to ever do it, and I'm pretty proud of it.
Wow, it's awesome to see McGwire so relaxed. The big pun kind of mellowed out. Maybe now 50, he'll just chill and go ahead and feel the flavor throughout the rest of the chase. Here's a look at 50 home run seasons over a career. Of course, Babe Ruth, #1 on that list. But look at the big Punisher right behind Ruth. And some pretty elite company up there, guys who've had 2 50 home run seasons.
He's a hard worker. Really, nobody deserves it more than him. And I think all he's got to do now is just keep patient and see that ball. That's what he's doing so well right now. His head is so good. He's seeing every ball good. He said after the game that he felt extremely rejuvenated. He feels he's got a second win. He knows the whole world's looking at him, but still he goes out there every day with the same intensity, the same work ethic. And under the Fox scope in just a little bit, we're going to get a chance to show you why Mark McGwire is so good and break down some of the things that he's doing, especially about seeing the ball and being patient. I think that's the key from now on. All those other things about his head and his weight transfer, that's pretty much all taken care of now.
Take nothing away from McGwire.
That's these things until somebody gets to 50 by September, then it's a legitimate thing to talk about.
So if you hit one tonight, one of our audio technicians could chase him around the bases for the interview. Welcome, sports fans. Kenny Mayne here along with Dan Patrick.
Welcome to Sports Center. Mark McGwire gives his fans 2 for the price of 1 in more ways than one. We'll check in with Sammy at Wrigley for his afternoon festivities. Yatiel Green, will he ever play for the Miami Dolphins? We'll also check in with the Steelers, looking for their new go-to guy. But we begin with the go-teed guy.
How'd you like the new fancy camera thing we did? If ever Mark McGwire gets his 61st or 62nd, it'll be one of those I remember where I was games. But tonight, as he took some swings that could merely get him closer, it was the Mets who knew where they were, on the lead in the National League wildcard race. We figured we should mention the Mets because they're doing pretty well. Pictures now of Mark McGwire. And I thought the combination Japanese and camera night was 2 weeks ago. 13 homers away to break the record. His first at bat, Willie Blair.
Yeah, the payoff pitch to McGwire.
And only Barnes & Noble allows one to stand and do nothing longer. The manager, Bobby Valentine, liking what's going on so far. 4th inning, Matt's second at bat. He rips this one, but it's down low, and Edgardo Alfonso takes it home. Mac broke the bat. She got it. 7th inning, 1-0 Cards. 3rd at bat. He has 49 dongs. He's going to get his name in the paper. 50th of the year, 2-0 Cards. It's into the seats. 50 homers in 3 consecutive years for McGwire, and we're checking it out down low. McGwire has played down the home runs, but this you can see quite excited. He watches it go, and then the arm pump, number 50. McGwire has done it 3 straight years. And then the complete dogfight for the baseball in the outfield stands. $10,000 was being offered for this baseball. A guy named Mike Selzy came up with it at the last count. We've heard he's holding out for a speedboat. You always want to walk around New York City with $10,000 in 20s, as this person did, holding out the cash that was available. For McGwire, 12 to go for the record. Number 50, he's done it. The Cards go on to win it by a count of 2-0. So McGwire had been tied with Babe Ruth for having hit 50 or more home runs 2 seasons in a row. Now McGwire stands alone. He had 52 2 years ago, 58 last season. he wasn't the only stand-up for the Cards, who got 8 innings of shutout ball from the starter, Donovan Osborne. To game 2, and McGwire all set to play once more. Why wouldn't he play? First base, not exactly like running a triathlon. Second bat of the game, Brian Jordan rips it to Rick Reed. Jordan, catch made by Reed, says a little prayer, but the threat was coming next. Big Mac, I am king of baseball. Let there be a grand clubhouse feast. 51, McGwire, 2 homers in one day for the second day in a row. 51st of the year, 1-0 the Cards. And the fans have the update, 11 to go. Bottom of 4, Olerud's on first. Mets are down 4-1. Mike Piazza. Everyone throw your hands in the air and wave them around as though there are no repercussions. 464 feet. The Mets are down 1. 7th inning. Mets still down 1. 4-3. Jermaine Allensworth on second. Ray Ordonez to left. Allensworth coming to score. Ordonez run around to second base. It's tied at 4. The Mets would take the lead 2 batters later. Cards down 5-4. McGwire's the tying run against Turk Wendell. Another case, the man keeping us down. Caught a piece of it. Take another look. McGwire checked. The fans excited. Jerry Seinfeld was there, not pictured here. Looking to take pictures of Mac going deep again. Instead, they leave, though, having seen some great history as the Mets get a split. Turk Wendell pitched 2 perfect innings for the save. The Mets split this one. McGwire's 51 homers tied Maris's mark for the most home runs before the end of August. And as we led the top of the show, since he does have 50, it's actually 51 now before September. It's obviously time to talk about 61.
I'd have to say that I do have a shot. So, but I know it's going to be tough. You know, I truly believe that for quite some time, if somebody got to 50 by September, they have a legitimate shot.
I was in the right place at the right time, and I caught a ball, and happens to be a special ball. I'm real happy for the guy. He's a good man, and we'll go from there.
The only history that I really know about the game is from what you guys tell me. And I don't know, maybe it's good that I don't know much, then I'll start thinking about it. But I knew tonight, once I hit that out, that was history, so I'm pretty proud of it.
A subdued Mark McGwire, quite proud of the achievement, though. His teammate Brian Jordan homered in both games as well. Now, going back to that 50th homer, McGwire tied the record for the fewest team games to reach that plateau. Did it in his 125th team game, that played by the Cards. That matched the mark of Roger Maris in 61 and Babe Ruth back in 21. McGwire also tied his own major league record for fewest at-bats to 50 homers. Did so in his 390th at-bat, and that tying the total it took him back in 1996. Now to the Giants and the Cubs and the pitchers.
This baseball season on the Pumpkins' efforts.
The great pumpkin.
What are you looking at tonight?
Oh, I figured we'd do Marge, Shot, and Shotzi jogging in the outfield. Why don't we do that? No, obviously we're doing the big Punisher, Mark McGwire. He is just something to behold. And the real key for me, in my humble opinion, is watching Mark McGwire be patient at the plate and see the ball, because you can't see, if you don't see it, you can't hit it. And Mark McGwire is surely seeing it good now. That's the key for him, getting the ball in his zone and taking a big whack at it. And you can see at the start of this Twilight doubleheader, it's tough to see in this situation. Shadows at home plate, Bright in center field, Mac with the 3-2 count. I don't think he saw it too well because he doesn't take pitches like that. Well, after the shadows would dissipate, you can see Mac is starting to pop. On this pitch, lines it, almost takes Edgar Alfonso's glove off. But I'll tell you what, he's on it and he's ready to go. Now, here's home run number 50. Check into the eyes of Mark McGwire. Is he concentrated or what? You can see him. The key here is keeping that head down. See the ball in his zone. Look at his head. Even after the ball is gone, his head stays there, almost like a golf swing. The ball's in the air, on the way to the bleachers. Mark McGwire's head is still down on a point of contact. That is what's making a big difference for Mark McGwire this year. Tony La Russa said the same thing to me earlier in the year, that Mark McGwire is seeing the ball so good. That's the key to him hitting the ball out of the park. Also being patient. We talked about this yesterday in the scope. This is the best at-bat I've seen Mark McGwire take all year. You can see him get ahead on the count. He's going to get tantalized right here with a 3-2 fastball almost on the corner. There it is. But watch this next pitch. Nuh-uh. I'm going to wait until I get the ball in my zone, hopefully a fastball, and there it is. The rest is history. Home run number 52. Mark McGwire is clicking on all cylinders. And I'll tell you what, the key, again, just being patient, seeing the ball. And he said after the game that he feels like he's really getting rejuvenated now. Now's the time because, you know, the home run race is really closing in. He's only got, what, 10 more to go before he ties it or before he breaks it? I mean, it's going to be something to watch. He feels really rejuvenated, and watch out, everybody else. He hasn't been hot lately, but now he is.
Watching your Fox scopes, especially the last couple of days, the inside half of the strike zone for him, and especially the upper right corner as you look at the television screen for him, that's his zone. It seems like pitchers would just go low and away.
Yeah, why do they throw there?
Well, that's the key. You know, they make mistakes. I mean, in the clubhouse, we used to go over pitchers, and they used to say, well, where does this person like the ball? And they'd say he's a high ball hitter. Where do they throw the ball? Right up there in the zone. They can't throw it there every time. And that's what's happening with McGwire. They say, well, I'll take a chance on him. Maybe I can get away with it. Max on it, and he nails it.
When he's seeing it like this, he's not going to miss it. Thanks a lot, Saxy.
All right, Zach.
How'd you like the new fancy camera thing we did? If ever Mark McGwire gets his 61st or 62nd, it'll be one of those I remember where I was games. But tonight, as he took some swings that could merely get him closer, it was the Mets who knew where they were, on the lead in the National League wild card race. We figured we should mention the Mets because they're doing pretty well. Pictures now of Mark McGwire. And I thought the combination of Japanese and camera night was 2 weeks ago. 13 homers away to break the record. His first at bat, Willie Blair.
Yeah, the payoff pitch to McGwire.
And only Barnes & Noble allows one to stand and do nothing longer. The manager, Bobby Valentine, liking what's going on so far. Fourth inning, Matt's second at bat. He rips this one, but it's down low, and Edgardo Alfonso takes it home. Mac broke the bat. She got it. Seventh inning, 1-0 Cards. Third at bat, he has 49 dongs. He's going to get his name in the paper. 50th of the year, 2-0 Cards. It's into the seats. 50 homers in 3 consecutive years for McGwire, and we're checking it out down low. McGwire has played down the home runs, but this you can see quite excited. He watches it go. And then the arm pump, number 50. McGwire's done it 3 straight years. And then the complete dogfight for the baseball in the outfield stands. $10,000 was being offered for this baseball. A guy named Mike Selzy came up with it the last count. We've heard he's holding out for a speedboat. You always want to walk around New York City with $10,000 in 20s, as this person did, holding out the cash that was available for McGwire. 12 to go for the record. Number 50, he's done it. The Cards go on to win it by a count of 2-0. So McGwire had been tied with Babe Ruth for having hit 50 or more home runs 2 seasons in a row. Now McGwire stands alone. He had 52 2 years ago, 58 last season. He wasn't the only stand-up for the Cards who got 8 innings of shutout ball from the starter, Donovan Osborne. To game 2, and McGwire all set to play once more. Why wouldn't he play? First base, not exactly like running a triathlon. Second bat of the game, McGwire, Brian Jordan rather, rips it to Rick Reed. Jordan. Catch made by Reed, says a little prayer, but the threat was coming next. Big Mac. I am king of baseball. Let there be a grand clubhouse speech. 51, McGwire, 2 homers in 1 day for the 2nd day in a row. 51st of the year, 1-0 the Cards. And the fans have the update, 11 to go. Bottom of 4, Olerud's on first. Mets are down 4-1. Mike Piazza. Everyone throw your hands in the air and wave them around as though there are no repercussions. 464 feet. The Mets are down 1. 7th inning. Mets still down 1. 4-3. Jermaine Allensworth on second. Ray Ordonez to left. Allensworth coming to score. Ordonez run around to second base. It's tied at 4. The Mets would take the lead 2 batters later. Cards down 5-4. McGwire's the tying run against Turk Wendell. Another case, the man keeping us down. Caught a piece of it, take another look. McGwire checked. The fans excited. Jerry Seinfeld was there, not pictured here. Looking to take pictures of Mac going deep again. Instead, they leave, though, having seen some great history as the Mets get a split. Turk Wendell pitched 2 perfect innings for the save. The Mets split this one. McGwire's 51 homers tied Maris's mark for the most home runs before the end of August. And as we led the top of the show, since he does have 50, it's actually 51 now before September. It's obviously time to talk about 61.
I'd have to say that I do have a shot. So, but I know it's going to be tough. You know, I truly believe that for quite some time, if somebody got to 50 by September, they have a legitimate shot.
I was in the right place at the right time, and I caught a ball. And happens to be a special ball. I'm real happy for the guy. He's a good man, and we'll go from there.
The only history that I really know about the game is from what you guys tell me. And I don't know, maybe it's good that I don't know much, then I'll start thinking about it. But I knew tonight, once I hit that out, that was history, so I'm pretty proud of it.
A subdued Mark McGwire, quite proud of the achievement, though. His teammate Brian Jordan homered in both games as well. Now, going back to that 50th homer, McGwire tied the record for the fewest team games to reach that plateau.
I think every hitter that you guys ask these things, until somebody gets to 50 by September, then it's a legitimate thing to talk about.
Say here today that you have a legitimate chance to break the record.
Well, I'll say it once I hit 50.
Willie Blair spins on the rubber, and here it comes. Swing and a high fly ball, deep left field. Allensworth going back near the track, at the wall, and it is gone! McGwire pumps his fist into the air, a home run, and McGwire has 50 here on August the 20th.
So is Mark McGwire any good? 50 home run seasons. Babe Ruth got 4 of them, but never did he do it in succession like Mark McGwire has. Mays, Mantle, Kiner, and Fox, thanks for playing. McGwire now closing in on what many perceive to be the greatest home run hitter of all time. It's all on Baseball Tonight.
I'd have to say that I do have a shot. So, but I know it's going to be tough. You know, I truly believe that for quite some time, if somebody got to 50 by September, they have a legitimate shot. I never dreamt this when I was a kid. I never dreamt it when I was a minor leaguer, college player. I thought about it going into this season, knowing about it, and I reached it. So it's right there with it. I mean, I've had a lot of great moments in this game, but this is right there.
You get the sense that reality is sitting in here? The most home runs through August, McGwire and Maris, the only two with 51, and of course, we still have
3 straight 50 home run seasons. As logistics would have it, baseball's biggest story was bound for the world's largest stage. Over Thursday and Friday, the Cardinals and Mets would play 4 games, and New York's playoff race would become a subplot to McGwire's showcase. We chronicle Big Mac's historic day at Shea.
It's always been fun to come to New York.
Mark McGwire comes to New York. The souvenir program scorecard. McGwire chased in history. Here it is.
I want that ball. I want his 50th home run ball. I have $10,000 cash in my pocket. I hope nobody rolls me out here. $10,000 cash in my pocket for the person that catches that ball.
McGwire home run ball.
This also is a Mark McGwire batting practice home run ball.
I got seats right out here so I could catch a Mark McGwire home run. I already got one.
Working out here in the bleachers is great, but now that Mark McGwire's in town hitting all these home runs, we gotta have extra protection out here.
Shortstop number 10. Swollen ankle for Mark McGwire home run ball. It's all worth it.
I'm a cook. McGwire's in town. I'm making Big Macs.
consecutive seasons of at least 50 home runs. Here it is!
I was in the right place at the right time, and I caught a ball. And happens to be a special ball. I'm real happy for the guy. He's a good man, and we'll go from there.
Here are the starting lineups for tonight's second game. For the visiting St. Louis Cardinals, batting third, playing first base, number 25, Mark McGwire.
Babe Ruth, Roger Maris, all of the sluggers have seemed to have come through New York. And for him to break the record of having 50 home runs in 3 consecutive seasons, the first time ever, he breaks Babe Ruth's record right here in New York. I think that's very significant. This is without a doubt the greatest thing that I've ever seen. What this man is doing is something you can't believe unless you see it.
By doing it and breaking Babe's record, he just did it right down the street here in Yankee Stadium, and I got to do it here in Shea. Once I hit that out, that was history, so I'm pretty proud of it.
Well, let's look ahead. McGwire's in Pittsburgh through Monday. Then it's the Marlins, Braves, Reds, and Cubs again. Braves have allowed the fewest home runs in the National League, less than...
Makes news for something other than home runs. Mark McGwire says he's taken it for over a year. It's called androstenedione. Sold over the counter, it's a pill that produces male hormone, which builds lean muscle mass and helps recovery from injuries. It's legal in baseball, but banned in the NFL, the Olympics, and NCAA sports. Numerous studies suggest that drugs like it cause severe long-term side effects. McGwire was a massive power hitter long before he started taking androstenedione. Last night he said, if somebody tells me that it's illegal and I shouldn't be taking it, I will stop. McGwire and the Cards tonight at Pittsburgh, and a sellout at Three Rivers.
You'd have to go back to 1970. The final home game at Forbes Field, and then the first home game at Three Rivers to find back-to-back regular season sellouts in the Berg. McGwire came in with 51 homers, and the crowd cheering him on. McGwire's first at bat facing Francisco Cordova.
One homer. That came
Fires off the fastball, and it's fouled off. Second pitch. McGwire looking a bit silly on the curve. Now the 0-2 pitch, and who's looking silly here? McGwire, home run number 52, 477 feet to right center. Just his third to the opposite field this year, 52 on the season, a record for NL first baseman, moving him past Johnny Baez, who had 51 in 1947. Second inning now, Pirates have 2-1, man on first for Lou Collier. The grounder to Placido Polanco. Oops. Delano to Shields, can't handle it. Cards get one out, but not the double play. That opened the door for a 3-run inning for the Bucks. Now Pirates up 7-4 in the fifth. Jason Kendall on first. Kevin Young, grounder to Fernando Tatis. He boots it and then he throws it away. Kendall scores all the way from first. 2 errors on the play for Tatis. 3 errors for the Cardinals of the game. Pirates lead it 8-4. Top of the 7th now, McGwire facing Mike Williams. Another rocket. Could it be number 53? Adrian Brown hauls it in, and the Cards are bumming. McGwire finished 2 for 3 with the homer, but the Pirates get the last laugh in this one. Where have they been all year? 14-4 is the final. Their second straight.
That's more than anything I've ever expected myself. So, I mean, it's just, I mean, obviously they mean a lot, but, you know, I can't sit back and let it sink in because I got to worry about tomorrow.
Yet more McGwire factoids. His 52 homers by the end of August, a major league record.
Always tuning in.
Tuning out, that's right. Let's sit back and watch the fans once again.
Well, this is when you want him to hit.
McGwire.
2-run lead, nobody on. Ricardo can try to get ahead of him here and gets to 2 strikes. Just start throwing a bunch of sliders down and in. Go for that strikeout. Or not wait till 2 strikes.
Watching McGwire against the Pirates this weekend, I'm reminded of how Pirate fans came out to watch Mike Schmidt reach the 500th career plateau. Unfortunately, it was a terrible day for the Bucks because the Schmidt number 500 was a game winner.
Sunday afternoon like this.
That day, the Phillies had a 5-0 lead after
Saturday
3
afternoon.
innings. Yeah, Saturday afternoon. Pirates came back and took the lead 6-5 on a Johnny Ray 3-run homer. But in the 9th, Schmidt hit the 3-run shot off Donnie Robinson, and Philadelphia won it 8-6.
Remember it being a day game.
I've heard Jim Leyland and his coaches say over the years that it was one of the more painful days in the early administration of Jim Leyland as the manager. It was in 1987. 2-2 pitch. And a foul ball.
That team had to go through a lot of learning experiences and painful days, just like we're seeing this team go through.
I personally thought the most painful of all in that growing process was the Howard Johnson home run off Jim Gott in June of 1988.
Not my vote.
McGwire swings at a 2-2 pitch, and there is number 53.
To see some history, and they are singing.
How about that? This reporter, this young lady, is right there on the spot to get the reaction of the fan that has the ball.
That makes sense. Might as well put some reporters out there.
Mark McGwire comes out and takes a curtain call. Come on, baby! Mark really seems to be enjoying this, as opposed to what Maris reportedly went through in '61.
Hey, do you think when McGwire hits a home run in Chicago, they throw it back?
Well, I would hope not.
I think everybody probably sitting in those stands at Wrigley Field bring an extra ball now.
That's right.
yeah, here, I'm throwing it back.
Throwback, sure.
I just took it away from the dog this morning, but...
Well, the Pirate lead is 4-3.
What a power hitter.
And let's hope the Pirates will have the last laugh when we get down to the 9th inning.
He's being mobbed by reporters out there. He's doing more interviews than McGwire will after the game out in the outfield. Whoever caught that ball.
Sellouts. Perhaps more accurately, Mark McGwire has drawn back-to-back sellout crowds, and he didn't disappoint the Pirate fans again today. Big Mac even brought Big Mario out to the ballpark this afternoon. McGwire was 1 for 2 with a pair of walks when he strolled to the plate in the 8th inning. Ricardo Rincon delivered a 2-2 pitch, and McGwire hammered it into the seats in left center field. His 53rd home run of the season. He needs 9 more to overtake Roger Maris. But let's back up for a moment. The Bucks scored 3 in the very first against Kent Merker. Adrian Brown, a double to right center. It scored Womack all the way from first base. Then after a sacrifice fly from Jason Kendall, Kevin Young ripped his 24th homer of the year. That gave the Pirates a 3-0 lead. RBI number 96 for Young. The Cardinals chipped away with single runs in the 4th and 5th. Fernando Tatis with a solo shot in the 4th of Jason Schmidt. It was a 3-2 game after 5, but the Bucks hold on to win it 4-3. 7 straight wins, but McGwire is still the big story.
I'm going to go up there and try to be aggressive, and if they're going to be aggressive, hopefully I'll get a pitch to hit and put a good swing on it. And, you know, I don't think it was where he wanted it, but, you know, I got extended on it and it left the ballpark. I really wish that every ball player can feel it, what I'm feeling like right now. It's unbelievable, the reception by everybody across America.
Meanwhile,
they root both ways. They feel strongly both ways. Proof in Pittsburgh. McGwire begin the day with 52 homers.
3-2 pitch.
So they put the McGwire shift on. 3 to the left side of the infield, and this is Tony Womack, second baseman, making a good play at short. Bottom of the first, already 2-0 Pirates. Kevin Young off Kent Magic Merker. Ray Langford gives it a shot. Gone. Homer number 24 for Young. 5th inning, Peter. Look at the outfield shift.
It's an incredible shift. Guillen is all the way over in right center, almost on the warning track. So he hits a line drive, and look at the top spin he got on that ball. Jumps right over Guillen's head, gives him a double.
On the warning track. Well, it is Mark McGwire, and you can't play for this one. 8th inning. Boom! Off Ricardo Rincon. Sends it back. Number 53, it's gone. And look at the crowd in Pittsburgh. Oh, they wouldn't have minded a strikeout, but they love that. Even calling for a curtain call on the road. Top of the 9th. Oh, by the way, the Pirates also trying to win the game. John Mabry swings. Strike 3. Christensen strikes him out. So the fans get everything. They get a Pirate win. They get a McGwire home run. Number 53 on the year. Number 440 for his career. Even though the Pirates win the game by the count of 4-3. 53 homers, the most in the National League since 1949, when Ralph Kiner hit 53. More on that in a moment. St. Louis lost the game. McGwire, though, 53 afterwards, talked about it.
I'm not thinking as much. I'm doing a lot of reacting, and, you know, that's just the way it goes. So, you know, I mean, last week I thought they pitched me really, really well, and they're still pitching me tough, but, you know, maybe some of the balls are getting more of the plate and I'm getting better swings, but, you know, that's why it's a 6-month season, you know. I mean, I really wish that every ball player can feel it, what I'm feeling like right now. It's unbelievable, the reception by everybody across America.
Sammy sitting on 49 homers. 3-2 pitch. There she goes. No doubt about it. He's got 50. He wouldn't answer Sammy's 50th with his 53rd, would he? 2-2 pitch. Yes, he would. There it goes. See you later. Swung on, hit high, hit deep, hit far. He's got number 51.
Roger Maris's record has officially been put on notice. The History Chasers on Monday. The Cardinals.
To Bush we go, where in front of the watchful eyes of his son Matthew, Big Mac facing Kurt Ojala in the bottom of the 4th. Looking. Big Mac 0 for 7 with 3 career Ks against Ojala. Bottom of the 8th, 1-0 Cards. McGwire. To say he got it is an understatement. Against Justin Spire, he gets every inch, centimeter, and last foot of the baseball. Everybody going nuts. Worthy of another look, of course, would you believe? Number 54 traveled 509 feet.
That's
ridiculous. A Ruthian blast indeed, because he joins Babe Ruth as the only players to have 2 seasons with at least 54 homers. The Babe did it 4 times. Worthy of another look. Worthy of another curtain call for Big Mac, but this homer stuff got contagious. In the top of the 9th, 6-0 game, Derek Lee, Cliff Floyd, and Kevin Ory all bust out the whoop and stick in succession. Back-to-back-to-back jacks on 8 pitches. It's now a 6-3 game, and 3 batters later with 2 on. That was off of John Frescatore. Jeff Brantley in facing Mark Kotsay, your pinch hitter, and Kotsay got it. A 3-run shot, and we're tied as the Marlins come up with their first 4-homer inning in history. Tony La Russa bumming. The Marlins are loving. We go to extras, unbelievably. The top of the 10th, Luis Ordaz put in the game for defensive purposes. Wouldn't you know it, the ball finds him. Runner on first with 1 out. Can't handle it. Everybody safe. Next batter, Randy Knorr. And Knorr rips one down the line off of Juan Acevedo. Cliff Floyd, come on down. 7-6 Marlins. You see, not many people left. They left after Big Mac's last at-bat, thinking 6-0 was safe. Now it's a 7-6 game in the 10th. Bottom of the 10th, Pat Kelly up. Runner on first, one out. Big Mac in the hole, hoping to have a chance. But Kelly grounds into the game-ending 6-4-3 double play. And the Marlins win 7-6. So a Ruthian blast for McGwire, but the Marlins hit 3 homers in an inning for the first time in 4 years, and 4 homers in an inning for the first time ever. The Cards' pen blew its 29th save, and the rest is history. But that storyline isn't so new. The Cards have lost the last 4 games in which McGwire has homered.
You know, and I know what America's watching. They're not watching the Cardinals, they're watching me. And that's hard to accept because I understand it, but I'm one player on this team, and I do what I can to try to help this team win. And if it's not good enough and we lose a ball game, that's why you just can't really enjoy a home run like you should.
Sammy said,
one pitch is hit high and deep. Center field, number 54. Over the hitter's background in dead center field. There's number 54 for Big Mac.
The 1-1. Sammy hits a high drive. Deep left field. Number 52 to the stands in left. A rocket for Sosa.
Pitch number 9 from Steve Reed is on the way. Strike 3 called. A fastball on the inside corner. Junior thought it was a little bit inside.
Foreshadowing of what's to come. Big Mac in a fighting move. Facing Tom Glavine in the first. It's a 3-2 pitch. It's called a strike. Haltered strike by the rookie ump Sam Holbrook, and we got big-time issues. Holbrook umped the Cards game Tuesday. Tony La Russa said he did a great job then, but coming out to argue here, he was thrown out. So La Russa gets thrown out right there. And McGwire, at this point, becomes incensed. Latchman can't keep him back. McGwire in a verbal fracas with Holbrook, and he would get thrown out. His first ejection as a Cardinal. Ray, let's analyze this now.
We're going to spot shadow the ball here. This is really a borderline pitch. I've looked at it every angle. The catcher has his mitt there, but watch how he goes down to catch the late sinkage of this ball. Now, it's not where he catches it. That ball is definitely down as he catches it, but as it comes, and he pulls his mitt up, which doesn't count. But from the side angle, you could tell that the ball actually sliced right above his knee or right below his knee. And this is just one of those pitches that always from the sideline, side looks like a strike. Fans go nuts.
Man, they wanted to see something. Threw baseballs out there. They threw some debris. There was a delay here of about 10 minutes in the second inning. They had to clean everything up. And they wouldn't let Holbrook forget about it. To the game now, to the top of the 5th. Chipper Jones to right. Brian Jordan got it. Chipper 0 for 4 in the game. Couldn't believe that catch by Jordan in right. Bottom of the 5th now. McGwire's replacement, John Mabry, to the left. Ryan Klesko comes in. Does he have it or not? Well, the replay shows Klesko picked the ball off the grass, and with the runners holding, the force play is still on. So it turned out to be a force situation, and that's how that went down. Andrew Jones, who went 2 for 4 deep to left, off the wall. Klesko scores. A double for Jones, and the Braves take the lead, go on to win by the score of 4-3. Holbrook hearing it from the crowd as he walks away. Atlanta winning it by 1. McGwire tossed for the first time since June 10th, 1997. The situation deemed serious enough after the game that the umps left through a side exit with a number of police officers nearby. So quite a scene, Ray, on Saturday in St. Louis. Now, Holbrook claims that he told La Russa 3 times to get McGwire out of the way. Is that enough of a warning so that McGwire had fair warning not to be tossed?
Well, Mark was sure out there a long time, and if an umpire warns a manager that you got to get him out of here, and he tells him 3 times, there's no doubt in my mind that it is enough. And Mark obviously stepped across the lines, but I think there should be some leeway. We've got some tape here of former ejections, big ejections at crucial times, going all the way back to 1990 ALCS. with Roger Clemens. First of all, we're going to see Andahar in 85, and you can't gesture like that. Look at this. You're gone. Forget that. Andahar, a little bit of a loose cannon. You run the home plate umpire, you gesture your arms, you're gone. This right here was something that no player likes to see, no manager wants to see it. It's not a professional thing. Here, Roger Clemens, I didn't agree with this at all with Terry Cooney. Roger talking to him all the way from the pitcher's mound. There's no way Terry Cooney can hear what he's saying. Eject him in a big game, ALCS game. Clemens gets thrown out, and I think that's ridiculous. Now, here's a guy that gets thrown out of a game pretty quickly. Charlie Williams got me twice in my career, and I was actually thrown out there before I ever got to third base, but I said a couple of words that weren't the right kind of words to say. And if you say the wrong thing or if you curse them and directly, they're going to throw you out. And that's what happened to me in that situation.
Now, McGwire addressed his ejection after the game and admitted that he crossed the line and deserved to be thrown out.
We're under a microscope for what I'm doing, Sammy Sosa and Ken Griffey. So anything that we do is going to be blown out of proportion. And please, it should not be. This is part of the game. It happened. Let it die.
The last thing in the world that I want to do is to eject Mark McGwire, but when it comes down to it, I have to do my job and control order on the field. I felt like I've bent over backwards, to keep Mark in the game. I did everything that I possibly could to keep him in the game, and unfortunately, it came down to an ejection.
He responded emotionally. I think that's fine, man. He cared about that at bat. Did he go too far? If he did, he deserved to get banged.
I have a thing to do. He has a thing to do. It was his call. He threw me out. Did I cross the line? Yeah, I probably crossed the line, and I owe up to it.
All right, Ray, we're now going to explain what a player or manager can or can't do when arguing with an umpire. You can't swear at the ump, you can't point or gesture around the call, and you can't physically touch the umpire.
Right, you can't show him up. That pointing or gesturing is basically showing him up.
That was the worst call I've ever seen.
It may have been. Don't get so close.
That ball was outside.
It could have been.
You got to look better at the I can't even speak. I'm so upset. That ball's outside.
You can't hit either, and you're gone.
So you can't gesture.
No, you can't.
You're a blankety blank blank blank.
You're gone again.
You said a lot worse, but thank goodness for the edit machines coming up. Baseball tonight.
I mean, that swing, even in slow motion, truthfully, you can see, well, at least I can from watching so many swings, that swing was actually faster than Sosa's. I mean, you can really see it, just even in slow motion.
I could see it.
Yeah, I thought you could.
After you said that.
And he has had the recorded fastest bat speed we've recorded this year.
Yeah, 98. Base hit, just out of the reach of Chipper Jones.
Well,
and it's set up nicely for McGwire. And he is the possible go-ahead run in the 7th inning.
And no place to put him. Well, this is what the fans came to see. Big Mac in a home run situation. And they have to pitch to him. He's 1 for 6 in his career against Dennis Martinez. He does not have a home run. And if you're Dennis Martinez, you think about how am I going to match up against him? I think if you're Martinez, you have to go with the curveball and try to sink the ball down and in. Because if you try to go after him and try to jam him, you're going to have a problem. Or if you just try to paint the outside corner with a fastball, you're going to have to change speeds on him and keep him off balance.
Crossfire, but missed down and away. Again, the cameras go off all around Busch Stadium. The thousands of flashes going off as the pitch was coming in. 1 ball, no strikes. 7-5 Atlanta.
That one deep into center, and you can forget about it. McGwire with number 55. Oh, what a shot! The Cardinals lead.
They still want McGwire to take a bow. What a scene this is. Run into the corner, and that one is out of play. And there's the fan who caught McGwire 55th, and he comes out and takes the bow.
John, I still can't believe that Dennis Martinez felt that he could challenge McGwire with his fastball. He didn't change speeds. He went after him with 2 fastballs, and I just can't believe that he figured he could do that.
Incredibly, it is 8-7 St. Louis. Langford is the right center. Andrew Jones. And that is the first out of the inning.
Well, he went after McGwire with 2 fastballs. He threw a fastball away, which gave McGwire a chance to gauge the speed. But look at this, right in the middle of the plate. Fastball moves right back to the middle of the plate, and he doesn't have enough to get McGwire out with a fastball in the middle of the plate. Right there, fastball in the middle of the plate, and it's just, and as soon as he hits it, he's just trying to see, well, how far is this one going?
Yeah, it went pretty far. Ron Gant, sinker inside, ball 1. 55 for McGwire, and this one came in a dramatic spot with his team trailing by 2. A 3-run homer to put the Cardinals ahead.
And the point was they didn't have any place to put him.
And a foul ball.
So Martinez had to get him out. Well, that's another look at it.
Well, I mean, this one just kept going, Joe. This is exactly what you were talking about. He just hits him farther than anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, Galarraga put a charge in the one that he hit in that same area, but McGwire hits his just probably 100 feet farther, and he finally comes out for the curtain call.
I mean, that was breathtaking. We showed that last angle for all the home run connoisseurs because it was aesthetically pleasing, a thing of beauty.
Well, it's funny, John, if you look back over the last couple of weeks, you know, Sosa has caught McGwire. This is the second time he's caught him, but each time McGwire hit a home run in the game later that evening to, you know, recapture the lead. And Sosa's never been able to pass him. He's been able to catch him twice, but he hasn't been able to pass him.
Well, I mean, he passed him during the game in Chicago.
Well, at the end of the game.
And then McGwire, in the 8th inning, hit a home run to tie the game. And in the 10th inning, he hit a home run to win the game.
At the end of the game, I mean, I should say, at the end of the day, McGwire has always been the leader, or at least tied with him.
Ron Gant, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, again, we've been asking it all year long. Why do pitchers pitch to McGwire?
Well, I think you have to pitch to him in that situation, John. You got a 2-run lead.
But I mean, there's pitching to him and then there's pitching.
Right. Well, that wasn't pitching to him because, to my state of mind, that fastball, he throws McGwire a lot of fastballs. McGwire's going to do that a lot of times. He's got to change speeds on him. Throw some breaking balls. Make him see a different speed. He saw 2 fastballs, the same speed, and he knows what to do with that pitch.
I mean, that pitch is about as fat as they come.
Yeah, well, that's the reason the Braves have been able to contain him in the past, is they're able to change speeds and hit their spots. Millwood doesn't have quite the control that the other starters on the Atlanta Braves have, so he's not able to, you know, so much control the edges as they are and change speeds like they are.
2-2 again. Dennis Martinez. And that's back out of play. I mean, Dennis Martinez has been around for 100 years. Right? I mean, 1988 against Ted Higuera of the Milwaukee Brewers. Struck him out. At number 2. Bob Carpenter is out there at the spot where that ball landed with the fan who caught that ball. Bob?
Hey, John, thanks. I used to work as an usher out here. Mace is a med student for the University of Missouri in Columbia. Is the key to getting this ball getting to the bottom of the pile first?
That's right. I was the quickest to dive under the pile and quickest to the punch. Got the ball.
Your wife, Sarah's here. Are you going to get some new furniture, maybe a new mantle for this thing?
Only if we can get it signed.
Now, what does it mean to you really to grab number 55? This has to be really something for you.
Yeah, it's real special. We came to the game hoping. I even told Sarah, I'm going to get a ball tonight. And look at that. I got it. So she owes me a lot of money now.
Guys, Mark McGwire's making an awful lot of friends this year out in the bleachers.
That's right.
Yeah. ESPN Sunday Night Baseball is brought to you by Alamo. Renting a car should be fun, so Alamo puts you smiles ahead with drive-happy deals and services. Now, Mark McGwire, he knew where that one was headed. I mean, he may not have known where it was going to land, but he knew it was going plenty far enough. The official estimate now of the distance of that spectacular home run, 501 feet. Now the Braves having to play catch-up in the game.
Same day. Afterward, of course, we asked, and Mac talked about 55.
It's good. They always feel good, but it even feels better when you win a ball game, especially when you win a ball game the way we did against, if not the best, one of the best teams in the National League right now. What if we both finished up with over 60, 62, whatever it is? I mean, what can you do except for what a great year, a historical year. And, I mean, there's a good possibility that might happen. So let's just ride the wave and see what happens. And September 27th, there's the finished product.
His game-winning blast, he talked it over with our Bob Carpenter.
It means something. I mean, anytime you get a hit, a home run, or whatever, a great defensive play, anything you can do to help the team have a victory, it's very, very special.
Did you ever think you'd have 55 with 1 day left in August?
Not a chance, but I do, and I'm going to give it a shot, you know, and that's all I can do, take care of myself, hopefully get some balls to drive, and we'll see what happens.
Congratulations on the home run and the victory.
Thank you. It's nice.
Top of the hour at ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Game of the week as the Cards host Atlanta. John Miller and Joe Morgan will have the call from St. Louis as Mark McGwire is now tied with Sammy Sosa at 54 home runs.
Okay, Bill, and we've got another big crowd here tonight for the Braves and the Cardinals and Big Mac. There's assault on the home run record. Yesterday, the fans were stunned. Mark McGwire was ejected from the game by rookie umpire Sam Holbrook, and a near riot broke out. This thing has taken on a life of its own now. A forfeit was threatened, order finally restored, and the game was continued, but people were very upset. With me is my partner, Joe Morgan. And Joe, with Mark McGwire and Sam Holbrook yesterday, a lot of people were outraged that Big Mac could possibly get thrown out of a game.
Well, John, the impressive thing to me is that they both took responsibility for their actions. They could have tried to bury each other. They didn't. Both said they were both doing their jobs. And McGwire said, hey, he's a competitor. He just got a little excited.
Well, with McGwire, everything is big. In fact, the fans still turn out for his batting practice. Our Bob Carpenter had this report.
Well, John, 5:40 to 5:45 p.m., a magical time at Busch Stadium, because that's when McGwire finishes the autographs and finally steps into the batting cage. And a funny thing happens out here. Thousands of fans turn into left fielders. Cardinal fans come from all over down to St. Louis, from Des Moines, Iowa. Jack Carey, why'd you come all the way down here for batting practice?
Just spend the weekend with my brother.
And the price is going up on that ball. Somebody offered you 60, then 100, 120 a few minutes ago.
That's 150 now.
150.
That's that many miles and just storage for the ball.
If you caught a McGwire ball during a game, what would you do?
Probably put it in a vault and sit and think about it for 6 months and then decide.
Okay. Having a lot of fun out here in the seats with Mac taking BP. Bill Pito, first time we've ever flinched at batting practice.
All right, Bob, thanks. Now, when Mark McGwire isn't hitting home runs, he likes to hang out in comedy clubs. When the heat of the home run race was starting to get to him, McGwire talked to his funny friends, and they told him to just enjoy it. They also gave him some lines for the endless stream of questions. When asked recently if he was going to break the record, McGwire said, only if Dave McKay is pitching. McKay is the St. Louis batting practice pitcher. 8 homers away now from a new record. McGwire sat down this afternoon with Charlie Steiner.
Lavin brings it. McGwire
McGwire struck out. They called him out on strike. He can't believe it. McGwire's hot. That's the hottest we've seen him all year. Umpire Holbrook is standing there. He throws him out of the game. I can't believe that. He throws him out of the game.
Take me through yesterday's ejection. What happened?
I got caught off guard. I fully believe it was a ball. I mean, I know my strike zone. The ball was down and in. And I was 2 or 3 feet out of the box. Then I heard strike 3. And I usually don't walk out of the box unless I know it's a ball. If I would have known what was going to happen, the fans' reactions like that, I probably wouldn't have done what I did. I probably wouldn't have crossed the line. I think it was sort of unfortunate that I see how the fans can get upset, but throwing stuff out on the field, that's going over the line.
Here's the windup. Fastball hit deep to right. This could be it.
Let me read you a quote from Roger Maris. You have no idea what it is to put up with something like this for 2 months. People around you all the time. You can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't even think. Can you relate to it?
Pretty close to it, but I don't think that's severe. I mean, I can eat, I can sleep. You know, I'm not going to stop being the human being that I am. I'm going to go out in public, which I always do. I love to eat. I'm not going to stay where I'm in closed doors and keep myself in a cave. I got to go out. You know, but I understand the position he was in. I mean, he was in a tough place to play in New York City at the time, and he had fans rooting against him. He had the media rooting against him. You know, 2 strikes against you like that playing in New York City, that's not good. But the fact is, he did what he did. And I understand that, I mean, his wife wasn't with him all the time during that time, and, you know, I'm in the same situation. I'm alone all the time. You know, I don't have a significant other, so to go home to, or to lay off on some things that I want to talk about. But I'd just like to just talk to him and see what he was really feeling like. I mean, you know, I got a lot of people rooting for me. He didn't.
What's it like having your son enjoy this experience with you? He's in uniform with you oftentimes, even takes some road trips.
It's outstanding. I think it's every player that plays this game that they can have their child with them, be a bat boy or be on road trips with them. It's just an unbelievable feeling. I mean, that's life right there. That's more important than the game itself. But to have him go, having my son being with me this year is tremendous. I mean, I know I'm chasing history, and I'm pretty close to it, along with Sammy and Griffey. But it does make it easier on me when I do have my son with me.
What has been your reaction to the reaction of the use of the supplement androstenedione?
Making something out of nothing. And that's been my statement the whole time. There's people across America laughing at what the media has done with this thing. It's absolutely nothing. It's a supplement. It supplements my workouts, period. It has nothing to do with baseball. If somebody would have come to me today and say, Mark, this is an illegal thing, it's going to be banned from baseball, fine, gone, see you later. I'm not going to do it.
Are you looking forward to October 1st season being over and you can go home?
The position we are in now, yeah, I think it's going to be a great release for me to finish the season and hopefully do something historical, and then just hang out with my son.
There it goes! See you later!
In your heart of hearts, think you're going to break the record?
I'd say there's a pretty good chance. I mean, it's going to be tough, but it's just, I mean, it comes down to just getting balls to drive and swinging the bat, and I've been a pretty good September hitter. You know, I got some pretty good numbers that going down September, so I know that, and that's a psychological plus for me. So, you know, if it does, it's going to be a great moment.
So Peter, McGwire and Sosa both now with 54 home runs. What if they both break the record?
That would diminish a little bit. I mean, I think it would take away that individual glory. I think also if you had, if McGwire were to get the 62 first, and then Sosa ended up topping him 64, 63, I think that would take a little bit in terms of the immediate emotion, but I think this should be said here. First of all, I don't think Sammy Sosa's getting enough coverage in all this, because there he is now tied, and he's been absolutely spectacular, and he's been a man of tremendous dignity through all this. But I think both of these guys have really carried themselves very well, and I think it's very difficult
to go through what they're going through. And then I think that the closer they get, the larger they grow.
Both tied at 54 now. One team that has a... And coming up next on ESPN, our Sunday night game of the week, Atlanta and St. Louis. Also updates throughout on the Mets-Dodgers game. John and Joe, take it away from St. Louis.
Okay, Bill. Now, in our 9th season, it's ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. From Busch Stadium, it's the Braves, led by slugger Andres Galarraga, going up against the Cardinals and the 54 home run man, Big Mac Mark McGwire.
All eyes on you. That's what you're hearing, it makes you feel alright.
The modern day Babe Ruth. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness.
You're not true.
There it goes. See you later.
Now that was a home run.
And the march continues towards Roger Maris.
Leaving Levon far behind Mark McGwire. It's number 56.
Fastball, and he hits it high and deep into center field. Todd Dunwoody going back. He's at the track. He's at the wall, and it is gone. Number 56 for Mark McGwire. And after 68 years, Hack Wilson has some company.
These fans here in South Florida realize the importance of that blast. High fly ball, deep center field, way back. 57, a new National League home run record.
The pitch, swing, and there it is. There it is, number 57. He is now the National League all-time home run hitter.
Pretty awesome feat. I mean, I didn't realize till the other day that that was a record at the time, and I mean, I'm totally excited. Almost everybody in the dugout hugged me and congratulated me, and the fans here down in South Florida, gave me 2 curtain calls, which is an unbelievable feeling for an athlete. So it means a lot. I'm enjoying it, yeah. I mean, I think it'd be much more enjoyable if we were in the playoff hunt. But I think the reaction from the fans has made it really enjoyable. If it's meant to be broken, then it will happen this year. I'm just going to take care of myself and do what I can do. That's all I can ask for myself to do.
922 feet of home runs this night. No one hit maybe more.
League record. 2, and he breaks it, obviously, creeping him ever closer to Roger Maris' all-time seasonal record and ratcheting up that match race to 61 between himself and Sammy Sosa. What a night. But what a night it was back on May 16th. McGwire mashing a Levan Hernandez pitch at Busch Stadium. This was the last time Hernandez and McGwire matched up. Remember, they put the Band-Aid out there, the big old drive. Well, tonight, top of the first inning, McGwire gets a pitch to absolutely kill. But he drives it about 500 feet up the elevator shaft, straight up in the air and straight down. No dice there. Now, top of the 7th, McGwire steps up again. Again facing Hernandez. Oh, and he unloads. Straightaway center field, 450 feet. Look at the kid. Gone. Gotta have that souvenir. He ties Hack Wilson's National League record for homers in a season. And once again, the flashbulbs going off down there in Miami as the Marlins fans want to record the moment. The drive to the tarp, and the kid's on his way. He's not. Those are seats under there, folks. Oh, you know what? He's going to wake up with cuts, bad tooth gone, the whole bit. He's not done. Top of the ninth inning, McGwire doesn't disappoint. Another drive. This time, Don Paul's the guy who takes the bullet. 472 feet. A bigger crowd goes after it this time. Oh, man. McGwire with another curtain call, and look at the face. He is just loving every minute of this. As are his teammates. Dave Parker knows a little something about going deep, doesn't he? Cobra. Anyway, yeah, the Cobra. He's uncoiled. 7-1, the Cardinals are winners. But so what? It's all about McGwire. What an exciting night in Miami as he gets a pair of curtain calls, records his 7th multi-homer game of the season, the 50th of his career. He breaks Hack Wilson's National League mark. He's 5 short of breaking Maris' 37-year-old Major League mark, and he's got 24 games to do it. I sort of like his chances, and Mac sort of likes the ride.
I'm totally excited. Almost everybody in the dugout hugged me and congratulated me, and the fans here down in South Florida, gave me 2 curtain calls, which is an unbelievable feeling for an athlete. So it means a lot.
Some people say, oh, it'd be great to be the guy and you'd be a part of history, but there's a lot of mass murderers out there that are part of history too. You don't want to be one of those guys either. So part of history means nothing to me.
Oh, you'll feel better when you think about it. So, hack this, says McGwire. And look who's right there. Sammy Sosa sings bound.
ID the Saints franchise player. But first, going against baseball law, great hitting beats great pitching to the top of the show.
Yeah, just how many top of the shows can Mark McGwire make? How many top of the shows in a row can Mark McGwire make? 11-year-old Jason Duncan and 17-year-old Michael Pitts, once normal kids, now celebrities, after retrieving McGwire's 2 home runs Tuesday. Duncan won the mad dash for number 56 after falling through the tarp. Pitt saw where number 56 landed, so crawled under the tarp as McGwire came up to bat again, then, quote, jumped up, got the ball, and beat everybody off with his shoe. Both young men met Big Mac, gave the balls back in exchange for autographed balls, bats, jerseys, and a chance to watch Wednesday's game from Don Smiley's skybox. There's a chain link fence trying to keep people out from the tarp. Maybe Billy the Marlin might catch one. Top 4, Cards up 3-zip. Gann on third. Tatis on second. Placido Polanco on first. McGwire thinking about his 11 career grand slams. Pitcher Kent Merker, I'm feeling you. His first career home run and 212 career at-bats. The 2nd pitcher to hit a grand slam this year. The 6th pitcher to hit a slam this decade. Cards up 7-zip. Top 7, Mac up against Brian Edmondson. Edmondson throws way inside to McGwire, possibly a brushback pitch. Hey, Brian, have you seen McGwire's arms? Ray Langford at third, and then, I'm not a player, I just crush a lot. 3 pitches later, 2-run shot, 497 feet, the 3rd longest home run ever at pro player. Home run number 58 for McGwire, his 3rd in 2 nights. Check out the flash bulbs. As the ball goes halfway up the upper deck, Mac celebrates with a few punches. His trademark routine with Brian Jordan. He said later the pitch was probably 3 inches off the ground. I'm amazed I went down and got it. The fan who caught 58 had to be safely escorted out. McGwire with 125 RBI this year. Top 8. Cards up 12-3. Mac up 1 inning later. Can we go 59?
Here's the pitch, and there it goes. Do you believe this? Once again, Mark McGwire hits a home run here in South Florida. McGwire has 59. He pulls to within 2 of Roger Maris, and the legend grows for the St. Louis Cardinals.
A 458-foot blast. He sets a personal high in a season for home runs with 59. 59 is also more homers than any right-handed hitter has ever jacked. 4 homers in 2 days, 4 curtain calls in 2 days. Oh, yeah, by the way, Cardinals beat the Marlins 14-4. McGwire, a man of his word. He said all year he didn't want to talk about the record until somebody had 50 in September. It's September 3rd. Big Mac has 59, and even he says it's crunch time, time to make history. In his last 2 games, those 4 homers, 1,877 feet. 400 media people were at the game, including our Jeremy Schaap, who we'll hear from later. But afterward, Big Mac talked about history.
I passed myself, huh? Yeah. I feel pretty proud of passing myself, especially doing it in 1 league. Again, unbelievable. I've watched the games that Sammy's played in, and they're embracing just as much, and same with Griffey. And the main thing, it's
the best thing can happen to baseball right now. And, I know all of us are feeling great inside. America is embracing us, but they're also embracing baseball.
Cubs with Big Mac's 51st career multi-homer game, there is no debate. Brothers doing mad work.
So much for the pressure of the home run race. Just when this was supposed to get hard, when his red hair was supposed to start falling out, and his massive forearms were supposed to begin to weaken, Mark McGwire has been at his best. Forget the end of the season, he may break the record by Labor Day.
All I can do is swing the bat, hopefully get a pitch to drive, and let it happen. That's all I can do. That's it, really. I don't think we can explain anything else. Some things are meant to be unexplained.
It's amazing. He thrills me. It's not too many people thrill me. And, watching him, he hits them a long way.
The victims tonight, Brian Edmondson and then Rob Stanifer, were stoic in the face of McGwire and history.
He's going to hit home runs. He's going to hit good pitches, bad pitches, and we just go at him as hard as we can and hope that our best is good enough.
Is there any part of you that appreciates what he's doing?
God, every part of me. It's amazing. It's scary. You can't even really throw the guy any kind of pitch that he can reach because he's hitting everything out.
Even as Sammy Sosa accelerates his assault on 62, McGwire is pulling away, and no one knows how far he can go.
May not end. Once he gets 62, everybody's gonna say, hey, well, maybe he'll go for 70, and they'll be there, for 70. So it may be the same all year long.
Now that McGwire has been all but conceded the record, the pressure will be on to stay ahead of Sosa. It is, after all, still very possible that McGwire could set the all-time single-season home run record, but end up second in the National League. In Miami, Jeremy Schaap, ESPN. Game. So why are more than 400 writers, reporters, and cameramen from 9 countries at tonight's game? Because lately, Mark McGwire has been doing a lot of things no one has ever done before. You played in the National League with Frank Robinson, Willie Mays, Hank Aaron. How does he compare as a home run hitter?
Well, they all are a great home run hitter, but what you've seen this year of McGwire, batting practice and all that. I never seen a guy just step on the plate and batting practice and hit those home runs one after another one, on the upper deck and my 400, 500 feet.
With Wilson down and Maris to go, McGwire is sprinting towards 62, and the language of the chase is changing. The question of the moment is not will McGwire break the record, but when.
I think he's when. I think he's going to be soon. He's in the groove now. He's hitting 2 at a time, and really, I don't know how many he's going to hit, but I know he will break the record.
I just can't even imagine the pressure that must be on them, and everybody's making it sound like all of a sudden that's easy to do. To hit something coming 92, 93 miles an hour, something breaking, or a split finger. I mean, that's still not easy to do, even though he's done it 57 times. Everybody's just assuming that, it's a piece of cake.
It's hard to say who's in more danger these days, the pitchers who have to face McGwire or the fans who choose to chase his home run balls. 11-year-old Jason Duncan and 17-year-old Matt Pitt battled the blue tarp to grab home runs 56 and 57. They traded the historic balls for McGwire souvenirs and seats in a luxury box tonight. Any second thoughts after sleeping on it about giving the ball back to Mark?
See, the truth is I don't even feel it was my ball. I happened to catch it, and I didn't do anything. McGwire hit the 57th home run, and I felt like it was his ball, and it wasn't even a thought. I mean, obviously $50,000 is $50,000 or $100,000, but McGwire earned it, and I gave it to him.
All these cameras in front of me, watching me, my every move. It's like, okay, when do I get a break?
More than 40,000 people are expected to be here tonight to see the Cardinals play the last-place Marlins. And perhaps that's the most remarkable tribute to the power of McGwire. In Miami, Jeremy Schaap, ESPN.
With still nearly a month left in the season, McGwire now tops a list that includes only one other name, George Herman Ruth. The only 2 guys have hit more than 110 homers in consecutive seasons. Big Mac's hit his 115 homers now in 287 games in the Babe's best back-to-back seasons. He played in 305.
KMOV-TV for St. Louis. Thanks for choosing News 4 St. Louis at 10.
I'm John Mills. School bus drivers vote to go on strike. Thousands of students could be stranded. I'll have much more in a live report coming up.
Who gets the best seats when the Pope visits St. Louis in January? We have that story coming up.
Major League Baseball has asked that the game not be stopped to have a celebration during a game.
Well, the Cardinals are getting ready. Big Mark McGwire needs just 2 home runs to tie and 3 home runs for baseball history. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. The anticipation is growing, the excitement building tonight as Mark McGwire and the Cardinals return home.
This could be the weekend that McGwire breaks Roger Maris's single-season home run record. Tonight at the ballpark, all is quiet, but, well, you can just bet tomorrow Busch Stadium is going to be rocking. Fans from around the world are sharing in Mac hysteria. New at 10, Jason Whiteley reports the Cardinals, police, reporters from all over the world are ready for McGwire's march to history.
We got seats. Folks in this line don't care where they sit.
The selection, there was a few left, not too many games.
They just want to witness history.
Mark McGwire sitting on 58 home runs.
Mark McGwire is 3 home runs away from becoming a legend, and St. Louis fans want to be a part of it.
I want to catch the baseball. I want the $1 million ball. I think he's a great player.
Some speculate that McGwire's 62nd home run ball, the one that breaks Roger Maris's record, is already worth $1 million.
Our focus really isn't on what happens to that ball. There'll be a lot of other people worrying about that. Our focus is to make sure that the fans in the path of that ball are protected, and that when that ball does end up in the hands of a fan, that particular individual is protected.
St. Louis City Police will provide that protection.
This is no more than we can handle. I've been meeting with the people from the Vatican all day, and we're talking about the Pope coming here. So if we can handle the Pope coming here, I think we can handle him hitting another home run.
The more fans, the more reporters. This guy writes for a Japanese newspaper.
Baseball is a national pastime, kind of national pastime also in Japan.
59 home runs on the season.
For the next few days, the world will be watching St. Louis and the King of Swing. Right now, just a few tickets are left for the last few home games for the Cardinals. Many of those are standing room only. If you're interested in any of those, the Cardinals box office is now open from 8 in the morning until 8 in the evening. Larry, Julius.
All right, thank you. Jason Whiteley outside Busch Stadium.
All right.
Well, it won't be easy. Mark McGwire will be facing some really tough pitching in the coming days.
Yeah, in fact, one of the teams giving Mac the most trouble is in town tomorrow. Steve Savard is here with more on that. Steve?
Should be a wild weekend over at Busch Stadium. Everyone in town, including Mark McGwire, would like to see Mac hit number 62 here in St. Louis. He has a 5-game homestand starting tomorrow night against the Cincinnati Reds. If you're wondering, no, Mac has not hit a home run against the Reds this year, but then he hasn't got much to hit. In 6 games, McGwire's 2 for 13 with 11 walks. The free passes issued by Reds pitchers ticked off fans in Cincinnati. One thing going in McGwire's favor, he is now at peace with this whole chase, seems to have everything in perspective, and is enjoying the pursuit. He also appreciates the support.
It's pretty cool that, when you have players and coaches on other teams that are rooting you on, but I know they're doing the same thing for Griffey, and I know they're doing the same thing for Sosa, and I think we're all in the same class where everybody thinks this is great for baseball, period.
The reception he received the last couple of days down in Florida was amazing. Imagine what's going to be like tomorrow night back at home in front of almost 50,000 fans.
So you know how the Reds handle. What about the Cubs? Will they really pitch to him, you think?
Cubs are in the middle of a pennant race.
Yeah.
Well, they're in a wild card race. They're going to do everything they can to win. I think we got a better shot of seeing the Reds throw
so no pancakes thrown up there.
We hope not. Let's just go out and throw them some fastballs right down the heart of the plate and challenge them.
Yeah. We'll see you a little later on. Well, are you tired of all this McGwire mania? A new poll indicates most Americans can't get enough of this home run hero. New at 10, Ann Steffens finds out why so many are mad about McGwire.
It's Mark McGwire sitting on 58 home runs.
It's not hard to understand why so many women like Mark McGwire.
He just seems like a good guy.
Make it 59!
He looks like a good, clean-cut athlete.
Oh, he's gorgeous. He's cute. But why is it so many Americans can't get enough of him?
I love him as a baseball player.
Well, because he's doing very well. Do you think Mark McGwire is more interesting than the president?
Definitely.
A writer once said, if you want to know the hearts and minds of Americans, you need to understand baseball. A new AP survey says half of Americans understand baseball because of Mark McGwire.
There's a certain number of us who see this as a way to be part of history. And I think that's exciting for people. But I think the overriding reason is that Mark McGwire is a true American hero. Every day we get to see him achieve something. I think we like that in our lives because we all would like to achieve things on a regular basis, and I think that's what he does, and that's why we're excited about it.
Not everyone has heard of McGwire. Do you know who Mark McGwire is?
No.
Or cares about the record-chasing Redbird?
I just don't pay much attention.
But a lot of people care about chasing a dream and feel they can do that by watching McGwire live his.
Behind me are banners that mark great moments to Busch Stadium history. One of the not-so-great moments in baseball was the 1994 players' strike. A lot of fans didn't like it, but this new AP poll says that 2/3 of those surveyed say they like baseball as much now as they did before the strike, thanks to Mark McGwire and Julius, that other guy. I think I have a mental block. The Cubs. Sammy Sosa, that's right. Thanks to Mark and Sammy. Back to you.
All right, if you don't have tickets, Aunt, maybe you can sneak in there and hang out until tomorrow.
You know what? I'm all over this, Julius. I'm going now.
All right, thank you. Ann Steffens reporting outside Busch Stadium.